Welcome back to the channel, guys and gals. Uh, I'm still doing articulated cattle cars, but we're going to do those in another video because I wanted to do something else while I was hand forming some stirrups and rails. So, I had a little project I brought with me, something I was kind of dabbling with. In one of my parts lots that I got off of eBay some time back, there was a spare tender in there that would be good behind my 242. Even the 2025 could pull it, or any of my steam locomotives could actually pull it. But it was just a tender. There's no locomotive. I mean, even old Sparky, the 242, could pull it, but unfortunately right now old Sparky's having some issues that I'm having to work on and figure out what is going on with her. I will be looking for another locomotive to replace that one. Not really replace it, but more like give it a little bit of break and try to find a locomotive to go with the other tender I have, which is right here. It's a Lionel lines slope back tender, as you can tell. And so I'm going to add some metal grab rails to it to add some details to it. So first off, we've already added one right there, okay? And I kind of like the look of having that little wire in there. It adds just a little extra details to it. You know, little details make a big difference sometimes on a model. So, let's glue this up here real quick. And of course, this tender is going to get painted too, so I get this warmer weather. Because right now, I'm in Council Bluffs, Iowa, and it's snowing outside. So snow and paint do not mix. We'll get that up on there. I also add in the rear bar. I got this little bar right here I bent. Basically for your cut bar. Yeah, it doesn't have all the extra details in it, but hey, it's something that does work and works out pretty good. I remember I put the holes at. And I did pre-drill my holes and pre-cut all my bars before doing this video because that's, kind of trying to keep it a little bit short. This shouldn't take too long. So, oh, there they are. Duh! Now this one does have a little metal slot down there for your tabs on the tender, so I really don't want to cover those up. So I'm going to kind of leave it just a little bit out so that it doesn't hinder the operation or removal of the tender shell if need be. Good thing I like about this Instaset is it doesn't like leave a residue. Even though I still wash them before I paint them. So, okay, so there we go. So far we've got the back nut right there. I mean, that looks pretty nice. I'm adding a detail that was very rare. You didn't see a lot of the Pennsylvania lines do it. Some other railroads did do it, some didn't. And they'd add rails in right up around this area. So I'm going to add some rails in right there for fun. And so far, there we go. A little extra grab rails, nothing major. This hole around here that accidentally got covered up. There you go. So right now, there it is. What I've done is I've added in this rail, the side rail's going up around the top, around the coal here, and we got this right down here. Uh, it does add just a little extra depth and detail to it. Yeah, little things that you can do to some of these little tenders. Of course, this little tender, like I said, didn't have a locomotive when it came with it. It was basically, well, a loaner, so if you want to call it that. Poor little tender just didn't have a home, so it does now. So this little tender, yeah, no, I got reading glasses on. Little things get sometimes, especially in this light, get a little hairy trying to see fine holes. Daytime wouldn't have been no problem, which we'll do that. That articulates in the daylight in the morning. Now on each side, I've got two holes drilled for grab rails on the outside and on the inside. So let's install those real quick. Let's see, I need some kind of a depth gauge here. Could eyeball it, but that would take the fun out of it, right? There you go. Give it just a second here. Really, I just some of these little wire details. Actually, I think kind of really helps bring the locomotive itself, or the tender, even a locomotive, to light. Um, it just adds a little extra detail to it. You know, it's not like massively over or anything like that. You know? Some people might say this would be overkill for this little tender, but it was like I said, it was a lone wolf, so it needed a new home. It needed a new identity. Uh-oh. I think I accidentally measured the wrong corner when I did that. Oops. Easily correctable. I'm pretty sure there could be some people out there going, "You're ruining a lionel lion's tender." Hey, it was a lone wolf. It's got plastic trunks, plastic body, and a metal bottom. So it's probably late uh, lionel lines, if you want to call it that. Maybe even early MPC. I don't know. Little locomotive now, the little tender now has a facelift. Alright, so now we got the sides on. So again, this just kind of adds those extra details. Okay, so I had to drill a couple extra little holes. Alright, so there I go. Now we have details on it. Little rails. Now, I don't have any extra lights, and I haven't drilled out the headlight for this because this tender has no pickups or slots for any type of pickup roller. So I would have to create some, and I don't know. I will think about that if I want to do that. Not really too sure on that yet. So I hope y'all enjoyed this quick video installing just the handrails and details on the slope back tender. This was a fun little thing. It's going to get painted black and re-lettered. Not too sure if it's going to wear NDM colors or NDM lettering, F&M, or TSRR. which stands for Transylvania State Railway, Railroad, which is my father's railroad, and I may wind up doing that with a different locomotive to run with this car in honor of him because he did like these little things. I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I will see y'all again here in just a little while with doing some work to the articulate and get those knocked out. And then we'll start something else, the Kinky Cheryl Articulated. Please hit like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you don't want to miss anything and want to see what I'm up to next. As always, please keep the shiny side up, rubber down. I'll see you on the next video here in just a little while. Y'all have a nice night.